think it's recording. It's maybe not live yet.
Great. Recording's good.
Checking connection. All right, we're live on YouTube.
Welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
We're still connecting to
Still
Instagram.
checking
We won't get
connection
into
on
too many
Instagram.
crazy things so far. But we already have one comment.
Okay, you're live.
That's
Oh,
great.
okay,
And
we're
now
live.
Okay, we're live. We're good. Everything's good.
We're live.
We are alive.
Excellent. We are so thrilled to be announcing the launch of our 2256. I'm sorry for the number.
2257.
7 away jacket. So dyslexic. Numbers are hard.
It's hard because we already also have a 2256. That's not my fault. I mean, I didn't realize there would be so many interesting
Cool
designs
jackets in that era.
that were first revealed in this year. So
Yeah. It was a good year for fashion in Star Trek.
in Star
apparently.
Trek,
Apparently.
the year 2257. I don't remember what the star date is, and it's good that I don't.
2257. Oh, you mean the specific part?
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. So right, they don't technically use the CE BCE like
Because
years.
it's Christian and it's
Exactly.
not relevant for space.
Right, so they've changed that completely by the time Starfleet exists, but
There is no Jesus in space. That's the takeaway here.
yeah, but there's no common era. Like they also like gotten rid of the common era, right?
I leave for 1 minute.
So
About space Jesus.
No,
No,
that's
not
the point.
space
No
Jesus. No
Jesus
space
in space.
anyway, so here we are. We have launched this jacket.
Yes.
It's a super cool design.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of it.
We were really excited when they redesigned that original away jacket because people have been asking us for that gray bag for years, and we just haven't been able to get ourselves to get excited about that wool sort of sport.
I don't even know if it was wool. So so this jacket, the inspiration for this jacket is the away jacket that they wear in the first episode, the original pilot of Star Trek.
Yes.
So the episode that Pike is in, that's like where he comes from.
Yep.
That first episode, they wear this weird gray sort of
Billowy sport coat.
But I honestly think it looks to me like they turned the fabric that you would like the topper fabric inside your car inside out and then made a jacket out of that. It's a weird material.
Well, we tweeted, we reposted in our Instagram stories of the designer of the Strange New Worlds show, and she redesigned that jacket into this jacket,
which is way cooler.
better. And it has some great lines and angles. Honestly, we're in an era where Star Trek clothing is really cool, which is a total privilege.
Yes, yeah. I think I mean it's an obvious choice for us, right?
Yeah.
It's all these hard lines and cool
details,
details and these like trim bits. It just was like the perfect choice for us. And we started working on this jacket like 2 days after the episode aired that had this jacket in it.
Yes.
So
David came in on a Saturday and was like, I have to make that
I
jacket.
have to make it. So
Here we go.
the development process has been extremely fast. Our partners over at CBS were like really excited about it, and they helped us approve the process, like go through the approval process really fast, so that we could have this out at least to pre-order before the end of the season. Season of Strange New Worlds.
I heard that. Well, I know they're wearing it on this week's episode.
Yep.
Which is great.
We haven't
Good
watched it
timing.
yet.
We haven't watched it. Don't spoil it. I've heard it's kind of intense. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, it just came out, so like today. So it's like great timing that we're launching this jacket. We actually had no idea that it would be back in the show today.
Yeah. So that's just very good luck.
It was just serendipitous
Cosmic.
timing. Cosmic. Yeah. Cute.
Cosmic. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So, what's different about this from other Star Trek jackets that we've made? What's the same?
What's the same?
Tell us about it.
So it has a lot of the same stuff that we've been putting into our Star Trek jackets. Like it fits in the collection.
Like real pockets and.
It's got real pockets. It has the inside pocket. It has the badge pocket up here. That is so like you can drop your backing to your magnetic badge into that pocket, and then you can just put the badge on here. I'm certain that we have one of the like Strange New Worlds emblems somewhere, but I couldn't find it.
I think it's stuck on my filing cabinet. But...
I looked everywhere. You might be right. It also does.
One slightly flat jacket.
This has just come right off the rack.
Yeah.
So we shared some, because this is based on the same design language as Discovery.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in between Discovery, and it also obviously also talks to the original series a lot more.
Definitely.
We use a lot of the same materials for the sort of non-luxe version as we did on our 22
The standard
standard
version.
standard version.
God.
It's not less good.
It's just cotton versus.
Yeah,
It's really
so
a
it's the same
fabric.
material. So the main material is
So if
this,
you
like,
like the
slightly
material-
stretchy material.
On your Discovery jacket, you will like the material on this jacket.
Yes. And then the accent material is the same, and this has a herringbone texture to it, which is our way of sort of nodding to the.
I'll zoom in
You
on
can see. I don't know if you can see that herringbone, but
Yeah, it's so small,
It's
but it's
very
our way
subtle,
of nodding to the deltas that
Yes.
are like micro print deltas on the uniforms in the shows.
which are
Hold
really
still
cool.
for a second. You talking about on the Navy?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold still for 2 seconds. I gotta zoom in really far.
Whoa.
You can kind of see it.
We're being
No.
Not
Okay.
really. There are probably some great photos of it on the website.
on the product page. Yes.
So that is like our nod to the microprint, which obviously is kind of outside of our
Well, I feel like that would really take it from streetwear to costume.
right.
You know, in like a. That would really shove it over the line.
Yeah. I think for this one, and then obviously we have this luxe version, which
Yeah.
is which uses this.
I'm honestly really excited about this faux leather. It's really top of the line faux leather.
Yeah.
And there's a lot to know about different kinds of leather, faux leather, pleathers. There are so many options out there. And you probably have seen some of the crappier versions.
Right. The good
Yeah,
stuff.
good stuff
is-
lasts and wears
It
well.
lasts a little more expensive. It's really nice material. This
Also, I'll zoom in on it. There you go.
this is. It's actually so. Someone was asking on our Discord what the difference is in weight between these.
Yeah.
It's definitely heavier. and
Yes.
It's thicker. And I meant to go get a sample so I could show you the thickness of it, but I'm not sure if it'll come through in the
On
camera.
a stream. No, I agree.
But it is definitely thicker, and it's pretty warm.
You can see the texture.
Yeah, the texture is there, but it's also just like it's a bit of a warmer jacket than
Yeah.
our cotton jackets.
That's cool. Nice to have some variety.
I have a couple questions for off topic. Somebody wanted to know if this is kind of a technical question. Does the production process for the faux leather, require different machines or like different tooling?
It's a great
than canvas does?
For real leather, you do have to
It will,
cut
yes.
very differently and act very differently. One of the main reasons we actually use this faux leather instead of one of the big reasons. The other reason is ethical leather sourcing. But no, the short version is no. We can actually use most of the same machine.
We can use most of the same machines. We do have to, we have to make some adjustments to the way we cut it. Our machine, we have to change some of the settings on
Yeah.
it so that it doesn't have, so the pressure is correct for the thing. He's just moving around for
Making y'all look.
the YouTube watchers. He's moving around the tripod of the Instagram feed, so
your
you're following
proportion.
along.
Yeah,
just
so
fine.
your legs don't look way bigger than your body.
No, it's
I
appreciated.
like having. I need a little extra in the leg department.
Legs for days.
Legs for days.
What was I saying?
You
Oh,
were talking about using
we
machines.
have to make some small adjustments to our settings. We changed
Yeah.
the presser foot on our sewing machines out to have rollers on it so that it doesn't, so it
Yep.
moves a little bit more smoothly.
Which you'll know what that means if you know about sewing machines. But
Yeah. Well, instead of like just a flat thing pushing the fabric down, you have little wheels on it. They're really tiny,
they're super
very cute little
yeah.
wheels that help move it along so that it doesn't. We don't actually need like a walking foot or something.
Yeah. And we don't use. I know. Did we press this? Did we iron this? Is it ironable?
Lightly,
Lightly ironable. Okay.
cold pressed.
Cold pressed. Medium pressed. Got
Yep.
it.
I want to point out
Mm.
that the design on the show, the black trim on
Yeah.
the show, like
Is
this,
belts?
is basically rubber like strips
Oh.
that are glued on top of the actual jacket.
Oh.
You
didn't think that was practical for?
I got some really good images of like really close-ups on it, and I see like they like perfectly cut like metered or corners, so that there's like cut and then like glued like perfectly matched up.
Okay.
That sits really nicely. That's not practical for us from a production standpoint, but it also
It won't work.
may not
It
last
lasts.
forever.
Yeah. gluing things onto other things is not the
Yeah.
Volante way.
Yeah. So instead, we cut it into tiny little pieces of fabric.
Tiny pieces.
You can
And
see
stitch
that,
them
like,
on.
if I come up here, there is like a seam right here.
Gotta focus.
Dude,
I'll just zoom in. Go back.
Oh, okay, all right.
Please continue
I'm
talking.
learning. It's new. It's all new. But
Continue talking.
anyway,
Continue talking.
so there's seams here, and it's just the Volante way is to cut it into
the
tiny little
smaller
pieces of
little
fabric.
pieces with all the little details. Yeah.
I wondered how practical that would be, but then when I made
No.
it, it worked out.
Yeah, I mean, it's not worse than any of our other designs.
They're very
From a-
thin,
Yes, they're very thin.
so it has to be cut really accurately.
Yes.
Because if it's off a little bit, then you might have this one be 1/8 of an inch wider than this one.
No, that won't work.
And because they're so small, that difference would be really noticeable.
Visible, yeah.
So that was our main concern with that. But it's
What are our other questions?
This is just something that so I'm gonna say it looks amazing. It's great.
Thank you. Very kind.
Great.
This is sort of a me question, but based on something that someone said in the chat. I do have one more after that too. So someone said that the collar on the 2256 is a big draw for them. That kind of like interesting overlay. This one obviously has a more standard sort of bomber jacket style. Do you know, either of you? This is a pretty specific question. Lore-wise, like, why is the collar on this not more similar? Is it because it's an away jacket? Is it just
From
because of the show?
Because of when it was designed. It's from the original series. They didn't do.
well,
Collar,
no,
that
because
collar design is really unique to Discovery.
yeah, that color design is so
And the Discovery designer, the design team that made the Discovery costumes.
yes, but they did use that same collar design when Pike first appeared in Discovery, even though he was wearing the.
But he was in the Discovery costume design department.
Are they two separate
They're
costumes then?
Well, they're
They
different
probably have
costume
their
design.
whole own budget, their
Bern-
whole own set team, and like
Bernadette worked on that team and then became so the person who is doing the costume design for this worked on the design team,
all right, you showed
but
me up.
but she wasn't the lead designer.
Okay, so she didn't like those collars. She thought they were terrible.
There's no lore reason is the answer to
I'm
that.
just giving you.
God damn it. No, so actually, what I would say is
But it's like the original stuff. They're not doing. Okay, go ahead.
no. Say what you want to say.
I just think it doesn't suit the original series designs that much. It's just not in keeping as much with that.
Okay.
We're just being handed things.
Speaking of it, just hold them up so people can see it.
Yeah.
We haven't drenched you in water in about 4 days.
That's
Oh.
true.
A little bit
Yeah.
lacking. Somebody wanted to ask about the water resistance since we haven't drenched you in water. Is it any different? I mean, obviously
Yeah,
It-
I would say this is going to be pretty water resistant. It wasn't really designed with that in mind, so the shoulders are not water repellent. Although you could probably wax it or do some do a Nick Wax spray on it. That would be the way to go.
Does
for
this
the-
have the DWR on it or no?
No, this doesn't.
Okay, so some of our products do have a DWR finish. I know the 2364 does, which is a waterproof kind of repellent finish, but
2293.
no, the TN.
The TNG one doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Anyway,
It says it on the website.
okay, we can
I'm sorry to say
keep
no.
these details straight.
hold them up. People want to see what they look like next to them. No, don't cover the jackets with them. Just kind of like,
Oh yeah, here.
hey.
Now I get it.
We did the same
You
move.
both
We
say
were like,
that.
yeah,
Oh,
we
I
will
just want to say,
stick it
okay,
into our arm.
Jeremiah's just standing behind the camera
And he's
going,
just like passing it. So,
all right, anyway. So,
so
what
yes,
did I say?
David's actually wearing one of these there. You can see the
Yes.
color option. Mm-hmm. Red.
Better? Is that better?
Much better.
And the photos on the website are mostly in the yellow one because
Yeah.
that's what we had with us that day.
So, to sum up,
Yes. To correct.
the,
He seemed to
the
say.
standard away jacket is not water repellent. It's not treated in any way.
Yeah.
The Lux one, the leather is, or the faux leather is water repellent, but the accent materials aren't. So you could treat that and it would be fine, but otherwise, no.
I know we have a little sneak peek of the patch
Oh,
which
yeah.
will be coming. You want to go show that?
Yes. And then I do. So we did mention in the email. What? I know I'm not supposed to go off camera. I'm not supposed to do anything. I don't know what I'm doing. We did mention in the email that we are working on a patch for the shoulder.
And it's gonna look like this.
It's gonna look like these. I don't know how I'm going to show these things if I can't get closer to the camera.
I'll zoom in.
He'll
He's
zoom
gonna zoom in.
in.
He's ready.
He'll zoom in.
That's what it looks like. We are going for as close a replica as we can
Yes.
get to
Hold
the
it still. Okay, go ahead.
as we can get to the what's in the show. So we made sure, like I actually had to.
We're talking about using a vinyl patch, which is a really kind of cool texture because it looks really bright and it doesn't. There's no stitching. Like it's like really crisp and clean. This is of course the monster logo. If you're not familiar, which is the sample that
But
they sent.
it's really cool and flexible.
Yeah, it looks great. It's gonna last really nicely. It just presses right on, so it's an iron-on patch which you can add yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's cool.
But we're still hashing out the details. We don't have a sample of the finished version of it yet.
We're actually
and-
talking to Paramount. They have extras of the version because they had to order
From the
more
show?
from the show. So we might actually sell the ones from the show. We'll see.
Maybe. I'd say maybe.
So speaking of,
You don't have to disagree with
I
everything.
saw
I'm
a
not.
few things. I saw a few things online. People asking about some people. A couple of people seemed sort of incredulous that these were licensed because they're not one-to-one replicas. And, like one of the things we push is these are everyday things. Can you talk a little bit about like these are licensed? They have this like they are from Star Trek. They are very much Paramount. We pay royalties on them.
We pay royalties on them. They have this logo in the back that says Star Trek. This one says Discovery. Pay
Because
no
it's a
attention.
prototype.
Because of the prototype, but yours will not say Discovery.
Right.
We work with Star Trek in order to be able to create something that is unique and wearable because we feel that fans, because our company structure is around the fact that we don't necessarily want to go out in costume, but we do want to really show our fandom and where our passion lies and where we
Right.
kind of live.
Yeah.
A big piece of what we do is we make products based on fandoms and franchises and storylines that we love. And luckily, you, our audience, also seem to love them. And part of the fun is to reinterpret a little bit.
Yeah. Definitely.
There are companies that do replicas, not many that do them well, but we're not on the list.
Yeah, that's not really. Replicas aren't
not our
really our
thing.
thing. But these are, they are officially licensed. We try to we do our best to like get the spirit of the costume but also make it wearable and not make it too overt.
Yeah.
Some things are going to be more obvious than other things, but this jacket is like a perfect everyday.
Yeah.
People who have not watched Star Trek will
Will
not
never,
will not
ever
know
know.
what this is, but people who have will recognize it. It's like that's exactly where we want to be.
It's kind of like our version of being in the club. I mean,
Yeah.
if you see someone who gets it, you'll know quickly. It's like a really wonderful way to meet people who like Trek. No, but it is really a nice way to show who you are and to sort of show your fandom without screaming.
And also feel comfortable every day.
Yeah.
On that note, Star Trek Las Vegas. Somebody mentioned it.
We'll be there.
Got the lowdown on what's going on there. I mean,
I
Brian's
don't-
not here, but
I don't remember our booth number, but Brian and Emily will be there. Emily is our resident Star Trek super fan. I think most of us are fans, and Emily is like she has the dishes and
She's
it's another level.
She's a higher level than some.
She's the higher level than the rest of us. Yeah.
are we hoping that these guys will make it to Star Trek Las Vegas?
Yes, I believe that we will have a few, but I don't know if we'll have a full set.
Mm.
So you're probably better off ordering them online at the moment.
Yeah, it was the goal to have them for the
It's
show,
possible,
but it's just like it's
our
really
supply-
tight timelines.
Supply structures are not in place so gracefully this year.
But if they do want to see one, they can go to.
They are at the Denver booth this weekend, and there is one that will be walking around at Star Trek
Shore Leave.
Thank you, in Maryland
Yes.
soon.
So yeah,
July 19th. So if you're there for that, you can find our representative.
and to go back just like a hair.
Yeah.
Brian and Key are out in Denver
Yeah,
this weekend
they
for
are.
Denver Fan Expo. We have a booth there, so you should definitely go and see them. I don't the piece of paper that said what booth number it is
It's
gone.
going to be on our web.
But it's on our
Instagram and
website.
Stuff, so.
You can find them. They're really great people. You can check out our stuff. You can try things on. Fan Expo is going to be a good time.
Yeah. Make sure they drink lots of water so they stay safe from the altitude illness.
Somebody would prefer a Mountain Dew potato wants a Mountain Dew Baja Blast patch instead of the Monster patch. So we can
We
make
can
that
arrange
happen.
that, yes.
And then finally, to wrap it up, who's the best Star Trek captain?
Oh.
Did you come up with that question?
No.
Our Discord asked that question. That's funny. Well, my answer is boring because I said it so many times. Would you like to give your answer?
No, go ahead.
So my first captain was Picard, and so I really like Picard. Unfortunately, it makes me stodgy and literary, and that's also true. So,
I think that's fair. I mean,
it's just that's
It's
who
fact.
I am.
Funny enough, both of y'all are wrong. It's actually Captain Pike by Star Trek Stranger World of the Wingjacket. Available now.
Available
the
now.
best captain is the one that's happening based on this jacket, like this, or whatever. Something. Some of those words didn't go in
I
there.
mean, you can.
I will say
appreciate
that I will
it.
say
like
that Pike
him.
is really
Yeah,
good.
I'm
I think
liking
that
him.
Anson Mount's doing a great job. I think that the way they've characterized him and how he interacts with his crew is really cool.
Mhm.
So I'm really liking this captain.
I particularly like that he doesn't follow all the rules.
He doesn't follow all the rules, but
Which is
he's
fun.
very compassionate,
Yeah.
and he also is like, he makes sure that things more or less go in the right direction.
Yes.
But I personally, for my answer is Janeway.
Mm-hmm.
I like Janeway. I like Voyager. It's possibly my favorite series. I think it's just she does a really good job of like she's cool. She pulled together.
She's the crisis captain.
She's
And
the
you
crisis
like-
captain.
you
and
like
she
the
does a
adventure
very good
movie.
job of like handling the crisis and also of getting the two like disparate crews to work together, like the Starfleet people and the Maquis. It's like really cool.
Yeah.
It's well done.
It's a great storyline.
It's like she had to be flexible, but she also has to hold to something.
Are we going to C2E2? I don't know what that
We are
is.
not going to C2E2.
It's the same weekend as something else.
And it's also not been worth it. So sorry. You are so worth it, but the show is not.
Yes.
Okay.
Great. Thank you so much for joining us this
Yeah.
Thursday afternoon. We would love your pre-order of the away jacket, either in the standard cotton or in the luxe
Pro letter.
faux leather. Thank you for supplying me the words.
You got it?
We are also making these really great TOS shirts and dresses at the moment that are a great add-on, a great pairing, and we will let you know as soon as we get that patch done. So please,
No, I was pointing to the shirts.
okay,
So confused.
okay, the directions do not help.
No, that wasn't for you. Sorry.
It's my fault.
So thank you so much for joining us. If you ever want to chat, we are on Discord. We also answer most of our tweets and other such messages.
Right on.
All right, stay badass.
See you soon.
All right, so we're still live on YouTube.
Okay.
Any hot gossip for the YouTube group?
Ooh.